Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brian Bogert, and I'm so excited to be back today for episode 27 of Bogert's Bullets. Today we're going to talk about the millimeter difference. One of my favorite Tony Robbins quotes is, "When it seems impossible, when it seems like nothing is going to work, you're usually just a few millimeters away from making it happen." It's often the tiny things in life, over time, that can have a huge impact in our lives. Let's look at a couple of analogies. Anyone who's ever played the game of golf knows how absolutely frustrating it can be. And it's a miracle that the professional golfers are as good as they are. But the reality of it is it's so difficult because a couple of millimeters can make the difference between a world-class golfer and an amateur. If you're playing a 100-yard club and you're swinging through the swing plane where the club is going to strike the ball, if the club is just a millimeter off from where it's supposed to be, it can send it 30 yards in the wrong direction. If it's a millimeter in the opposite direction, it can be 30 yards in the opposite direction. So that's a 60-yard gap from side to side from where the ball really should be, right down the middle of the fairway. 2 millimeters made that difference. Let's look at body language. This is a perfect example. If you want to understand what a proper, good, confident stature is, it's pull your shoulders back, feel really good about yourself, you're sitting up in this position. The difference between this and a somber position is just a couple of millimeters. So if you can feel really, really confident because of your body language or the message that you're going to demonstrate because of the confident body language versus a somber one, which one are you going to choose? And again, it's only a couple of millimeters. This is one of the most profound things that I work on with everybody that I coach, is that it's not about the massive changes overnight, because that's just not reality. It's about making just a tiny change and repeating it over and over and over again. And over time, it becomes a massive difference in your life. So don't worry about the big changes. Figure out what the big changes are, but what's the tiny change that you can make daily to drive towards that big change. The message here is that oftentimes in life, the difference between greatness, the difference between being an outlier and being average or mediocre is just a little difference. Sometimes as small as a millimeter. What millimeter changes can you make in your life to drive to where you want to be? Identify them, make the change, and see what a millimeter difference can make in your life.